So you might be moving to Chandler, or maybe you just moved here, or maybe you've been here for a little while but haven't dug into the community yet and know a couple of the things that really set it apart. In this video, I'm gonna go over 13 things you should know before moving to Chandler, Arizona. And let's get into it right now. Hey, what's up everybody? This is David Van Assche with the Living in the Phoenix East Valley team. And if this is your first time to this channel and you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, and play here in the Chandler and Greater Phoenix area, make sure you click that subscribe button and tap the bell to get notified every time we put out a new video. And honestly, we get so many phone calls, emails, text messages every single day from people looking to move or relocate here to the Chandler and Phoenix area. We absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about moving or relocating here to Chandler or the Greater Phoenix area, make sure you pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us an email, send a text message. Days, nights, weekends, we've got your back when moving to Chandler, Arizona. All right, guys, number 13. This one seems pretty obvious, but it's worth talking about. Weather. We have some of the best weather and some of the worst weather. Let me get into that. So it really depends on the time of year that you live here. Well, the summertime is brutally hot. Let's just be honest. June, July, August. I've never seen a 4th of July weekend more quiet than here. Unfortunately, it's just so hot. You're not going out in the middle of the day, even in the early evening. You know, the backyard barbecues, the things that I miss about living in the Pacific Northwest or my 10 years in North Dakota, you're just not gonna have that same sort of picnic feel on the 4th of July. It's just hot. I mean, you can definitely go out and see some fireworks, go out to dinner and enjoy a restaurant, things like that. But that traditional backyard barbecue, hanging out in the backyard, not so much. However, the other thing about being here in the winter, no snow. We do have snow in northern Arizona. Even some of the, higher foothills, North Phoenix, Cave Creek, maybe can sometimes get a dusting of snow. But for the most part, especially here in Chandler, no snow. It doesn't freeze here. I think in my several years I've been here, I've seen it hit 30 degrees one time in the night. That's when everybody puts blankets over the flowers and the plants that are sensitive to cold weather like that. But it's nothing like anything you might see in other parts of the country. So the weather, we have some of the best, some of the worst. It's just part of living anywhere. We deal with it. I don't think it's any different than somebody who lives in Minnesota or North Dakota. You're gonna be indoors all winter, keep the heat on. Basically the same here is true, except for no more scraping your windshield of the ice. All right, number 12, Chandler High School football. Comes to a surprise to a lot of people, or maybe not so much if you're around it, but Chandler High School consistently has one of the best high school football programs in the state. They're not the state champions. They're regularly playing in the state championship. As a wrestling official here in the area, I get to take advantage of a pass. If you're a sports official here in the Phoenix Metro, you get to kind of cut the line and go to those championship games for other sports that maybe you're not involved in. Like I said, I'm a wrestling official, but if I want to go to the high school football game, which by the way is a really big deal, even for high school sports here in Arizona, it's a hard ticket to get into. But there's a little pro tip if you're going to be moving here and you're a former athlete. We need sports officials here, guys. So give me a call and I can point you in the right direction, how to get reconnected with your childhood days and get involved in officiating the sport of your choice. All right, number 11 about Chandler. Chandler is a tech hub. Way back in 1979, Intel set up shop here and started manufacturing semiconductors and chips and things like that. Today, there are over 700 companies in the Price Tech corridor alone. That's the biggest of the 3 business corridors here in Chandler. But point being, there's a lot of high-tech jobs, corporate campuses. Northrop Grumman is massive. Of course, you got Intel, you got Microchip Technologies, Wells Fargo, Bank of America have corporate campuses, a lot of other tech startups. This is definitely the place to be. It's been nicknamed the Silicon Desert. That's definitely for a reason. So if you're looking for high-tech employment and you're curious what these companies do, jump on Indeed.com and start exploring all the different job opportunities that are available here in Chandler. There's a lot. All right, number 10, golf. So fun fact, Chandler, Arizona is home to Arizona, the whole state's first golf course. San Marcos Golf Course, which is right here in downtown Chandler, was the very first golf course ever built in a state. Now there's well over a dozen different public and private golf courses in Chandler, and there's over 200 golf courses in the Phoenix Metro as a whole. But golf is definitely a big thing here. You can play year round. Obviously the winter months are a lot more desirable and a lot busier, and of course fees are going to be a lot higher as well. If you can manage and bear the heat, be here in the summer, go early in the morning, be done by 11 or noon, and you can still enjoy, a really competitively priced round of golf at most golf courses here in the area. All right, number 9, Chandler has really high incomes on average. In fact, residents of Chandler are ranked, I think, 3rd after Paradise Valley and Scottsdale. Obviously, Paradise Valley is, I kind of call it the Beverly Hills of Phoenix. There's some really high income homes, residents there, a lot of very expensive homes. a lot of big name celebrities and athletes, people that live there. But second place, of course, is Scottsdale. It's a very, affluent community. But third place, Chandler. There's a lot of high-tech jobs here, a lot of luxury home neighborhoods. It's a really great place to be. So number 8, cars. The reality is public transport, they're trying. There's some efforts. There's a light rail system, which is kind of cool. You can Google about that. It doesn't cover a lot of areas. Of course, we have buses that go on a pretty regular schedule, but the actual reality is if you're gonna live here, work here, go play and go to anywhere that's important to you, you're either gonna have to have a car or you're gonna need a substantial Uber and Lyft budget. The nice thing is though, everywhere you go around here was built, within the last 50 years for sure. Parking lots, entertainment venues, it doesn't matter where you go. Lots and lots of parking is available. I've never really gone anywhere and found parking to be an issue. Everything's built literally around cars. If you go back obviously to the East Coast or even way back in the old days in certain neighborhoods in European cities, those cities existed way before the invention of cars. So you get some tight situations and limited parking options in some older cities like that. Not here. You can definitely rely on having a car and rely on having a place to put it when you go grocery shopping or go out to eat or go to the movies. Doesn't matter. There's parking garages and parking facilities everywhere you go. So that's pretty cool. So number 7, city parks. Chandler invests very heavily in city parks. Obviously, there's also private parks that are owned by neighborhood HOAs, not counting these, but there are currently, as of last count, 67 different parks that are owned and operated and maintained by the city of Chandler. So you're never gonna have a lack of places to go out and enjoy the outdoors and a picnic table, especially if you're gonna have a smaller home or you're looking at the townhouse or condo option and you wanna get out, you wanna entertain a group of friends or family, or you wanna have a graduation party or birthday, anything like that. There's definitely plenty of facilities all over the city that you can reserve and go play at, relax, hang out, especially on a spring day like now when you're in the 80s and the sun's out. Maybe it's nice to go grab a book and go take a nap under the shade of a tree. It's definitely something that's on my mind. All right, number 6, Costco, a Seattle-based company, but Costco is a very big deal in the area. There's actually over 18 Costco locations and counting throughout the Phoenix Metro. Yeah, whether you're into the $1.50 hot dogs or the slices of pizza, or you just like going to Costco because you can get the bulk groceries, Costco is kind of on everyone's list. Most people I know have a membership. Even people who don't have a membership usually come along with me and we go shopping together, add it on my tab, whatever. But point is, you're gonna wanna have a Costco membership. There's either in or right next to Chandler, there's 3 Costcos right around us. So Costco is definitely something you're gonna wanna look into having a membership too. All right, if you're getting any value out of this video whatsoever, make sure you click that like button to let the algorithm know that you like this video. That way other people like you will also be able to find it quickly and easily. Now, if you have any other things about Chandler that you'd like to know, or maybe you already know, comment below what those will look like and I'll add that into a future video. Number 5, Chandler Fashion Center. One cool thing about Chandler, obviously we have a really cool historic downtown. We've got lots of neighborhoods, but we also have an enormous modern indoor shopping mall, which is really wonderful in the summertime when it's super hot. It's a great place to escape to, grab some air conditioning, grab some dinner, go for a walk, enjoy being in a larger space. It's actually the 2nd largest indoor mall in Arizona. They've got hundreds of retailers, every type of restaurant, bar, doesn't matter, there's endless. And so if you're looking for a good time and you want to get over there to check that out, go for a movie, etc., Chandler Fashion Center is where it's at. All right, number 4, I mentioned a little bit about this earlier. It's kind of tied to the high-paying job. We also have discount luxury homes. And what I mean by that is, a luxury home here in Chandler is probably about half the price of what you'd pay 35 minutes away in Scottsdale. If you're coming from California, especially Southern California, it might be even a quarter of the price what you're used to. I mean, for example, a $2 million home here in Chandler might be a $5 or $6 million home in parts of Southern California. Like for $2 million, you get a large spread, you get a humongous swimming pool, spas, enormous home on one floor, or a second if you want that, but most people usually want it all on one level at that point. There's a lot of options. Luxury homes are definitely on sale in comparison to what people are used to in a lot of other really, nice areas. All right, so number 3, and according to niche.com, Chandler is the #1 suburb of the Phoenix Metro. So there's several suburbs. There's actually, including the city of Phoenix, there's actually 17, make it 18 maybe, cities, towns that comprise the Phoenix metropolitan area. And according to niche.com, and I'm not steering people in any direction whatsoever, I'm just reading off what they have on their website. Chandler, #1 for a lot of reasons. Great school system, lots and lots of jobs, great location. What I love about Chandler is that you have quick access to the 101 freeway, the 60, and the 202. So depending on where you need to go or where you want to connect to, there are so many options on how to get around. You're not really isolated into some weird, obscure pocket. Basically, Chandler's connected to everywhere very quickly. Go figure. Number 2, the historic downtown Chandler, which is where I am standing right now. Definitely over the last several years has been completely renovated renovated. The streets and the sidewalks, bike paths, you name it, the upgrades have been done. All the original old buildings downtown are being maintained and keeping that original old school charm, which is really cool. All around downtown is being revitalized, new, brand new restaurants, the City Hall building. There's just so much going on around downtown Chandler. It's totally changing. Downtown Chandler has definitely become one of the most exciting weekend adventure getaways. Last but not least, downtown Chandler has a farmer's market that's extremely well attended, lots of booths, lots of people, lots of vendors, really great time every Saturday, except for a couple of months in the peak of summer. It just gets too hot, and the reality is, if you're from a really cold weather place, it's the equivalent of, January and February and winter. You want to stay indoors, and so for most people, a downtown farmer's market just doesn't quite make sense, and so attendance drops off. And my understanding is, yeah, it's just completely closed down for a couple of months there in the summer. You can look that up on the city's website to find out exactly when that starts. All right, guys, I'm telling you right now, there are so many great reasons to live, work, eat, sleep, and play here in Chandler. This place is huge. So if you're thinking about living here, and to help you narrow down some neighborhoods and ideas on where should I move or where should I live, all we gotta do is hear from you a little bit about what you like, a few things that you don't like, what kind of lifestyle you wanna live, what you wanna live close to, where you work, or maybe you work from home, or maybe you don't work at all anymore, which would tell us a lot about the ideal areas to bring to your attention and show you so you can continue to research and explore. But the only way we can do this is we've gotta hear from you. You gotta reach out. You gotta pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us an email, send us a text message. Days, nights, weekends, we've got your back when moving here to Chandler, Arizona. And until the next video, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.